I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Hi everyone, I am your dating and relationship coach, founder of Apollonia.com. And I'm your coach for you men to master your attraction skills and build the confidence to ultimately influence and get the love life that you ultimately want and deserve. And in this video, we are going to talk about those famous words, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Wow, it's one of those heart-wrenching things to hear, right? It's just as bad almost as, I like you, but I see you more as a friend. But in this one is, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, typically means you already fell in love with this person. So one thing that I want to be clear about is what typically goes on when you first hear these words and probably what you shouldn't do. So a lot of times when we hear the fact that our person that we're in love with loves us but is not in love with us, we go to fight or flight mode, right? We just go into why, like what can I do to make this better? And we go on. And it's basically like we're in survival mode, you understand? So this is something that happens often. And probably if you've done that, that's probably why you're here on this video too. I want you to understand that I'm gonna give you clarity on what this means in regards to in a woman's mind, but also what to do moving forward when this happens in your relationship. So typically when a woman says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, is because one of the main things is three things here. But one of the main things is because she's grown as a different person than you have. And I'm going to be honest here. When a woman comes to the thought of, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, it took time for her to get here. So there was probably troubles in your relationship that maybe you kind of brushed under the rug and you were like, oh, that's okay. It's just going to fix itself, or I'm going to try. She's going to stick around. And now all of a sudden reality set in and it was a wake up call for you. Now, when this happens, and what I mean is like she's grown as a person, meaning she's a different person than she was. And she probably wanted something different in the relationship, or she wanted to feel different in the relationship. And possibly you've let some things come into effect that have affected the relationship, or maybe she did as well, and you tried to fix this and it just didn't happen because of the fact that she sees something different and she sees someone different, and she wants to become someone different, which happens a lot in relationships. And that's why it's so important that effective communication is always top in mind in relationships, to understand what your partner is feeling, what your partner is thinking, because just because you're in a relationship for 5 years or 10 years doesn't mean that person can't be a different person 5 years from now. And that's why effective communication is so important in these type of relationships. And then another reason why a woman would say, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, is because of the fact that she has lost attraction. And this typically happens when you're dating, right? So the fact that maybe you've told her that you love her first, let's just say, and then she says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. She sees you more as possibly someone that is supportive, in a supportive role in her life. That's someone that's very nice, someone that always looks out for her with her best interest in mind, but doesn't give her that spark, that attraction, that sexual connection that women yearn for, right? The I want him feeling. And the way that you build this, I talk a lot in a lot of my videos, which I'll put here in the cards, is building attraction and working on this. So a lot of times when we fall behind in relationships when it comes to attraction is because we're either insecure with ourselves, insecure with our partner, or insecure in the relationship. So we let our insecurities get the best of us. And this is so important in getting back with someone that you love, in a relationship with someone you love, dating, whatever the case may be, is understanding that you can't lose yourself in a relationship. Because once you lose yourself in a relationship, if you're lost, what makes you think that your partner will be able to catch you or find anything within you if you don't even know what that is yourself? So that is really important. is ultimately she's not wanting that relationship right now. When a woman says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, means that she doesn't want the relationship right now too. Now, a part of this happens because maybe you were a little bit overbearing. Maybe she's given you so many warning signals or so many warning clues that she wanted you to step it up, or she wanted you to do something different, or the fact that maybe she was trying to push herself away and you kept on trying to make her stay and convince her to stay, and finally she got to this point. So understand that the biggest thing out of all of this moving forward for you is the way that you're going to build attraction and find possible chemistry with this woman again is if you don't focus on the negatives and why you couldn't get to this woman. What is important that you focus on is you. How can I advance in my life? How can I grow from this? What did I learn from this? How can I make myself better from this? Because once you disconnect the feeling of attachment to this relationship or to this woman and focus on you, this will build attraction back from this woman, but also too will make you more positive when it comes to life, which will amplify your energy and make you more magnetic towards women or just things in general of life goals that you have in mind. So what a lot of us do after we hear these words is we don't do this. We tend to focus more on that person to convince that person why they need to be with us. So we come off double and overbearing, more aggressive, and it just basically validates the point that that woman wanted to let go of you. So what's the hardest part of everything is the personal growth, is putting everything aside and focusing on you. Is because when you really, really desire something, your brain is and your body and your emotions and your energy are trained to basically go after what you want because you want that feeling so bad. So you try to go after that again. But instead, you've got to focus on you and not let this relationship get the best of you, or understand what you can do in order to move forward, to be happier, to heal, to grow from this relationship, so you can see it at an outside perspective and then also possibly attract this woman back to you. If you are facing this and you are having troubles with this, and this is something that has hit home for you, I encourage you to click the link below in the description box and book a private coaching session with me. And we can give you to the bottom of this. I can give you some clarity and also help you through this hard time. And as always, I look forward to your comments, questions, and concerns, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.